All right, fans, welcome back for the second game of the day. We're about 6 minutes away from start time when our AAA Ellsbury team will square off against Washington at 3 p.m. I'm going to quickly run down Ellsbury's starting lineup. I do not have one for Washington, so I will bring that to you as it comes. Ellsbury's post 226, coached by Jason Howard, will feature today number 9, Jacob Stoley in center field, number 11, Blake Kendall at short. Number 2, Cole Dickherber will be behind the plate. Number 35, Chase Bauer is the DH. Number 10, Joe Martin at first. Number 16, Robert Rogeman in right field. Number 14, John Almas in left. Number 15, Tyler Turnbull at second. Number 99, Hunter Klein at third. And number 21, Brennan Crenshaw will be on the mound. Subs for Ellsbury, are listed as number 30, Jared Doan, number 8, Damian Cagle, and number 24, Cameron Turnbull. Once again, I will bring you Washington's order as it appears at the plate. In the meantime, we are going to cut away and try and run one quick commercial before this one gets underway.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Ellsbury Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world. But here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, fans, we are back and just moments away from Washington's first at-bat here in this 3 p.m. game between Washington's AAA team and Ellsbury's AAA team. Washington's team coached by Coach Gardner. Ellsbury's team coached by Jason Howard. On the mound for Ellsbury is Brennan Crenshaw, number 21. This will be my first opportunity this summer to see that young man pitch. I've called a couple of the games that he's been in already this summer, but not many. Ellsbury's AAA team won both games against Hannibal yesterday, and fans, I'm going to get myself in trouble. Tuesday or Wednesday night's game. I think it was Tuesday night's game. I cannot remember. I want to say they lost to St. Charles by just a run or two, but I'll have to look back in my files and get back to you on that one. But at any rate, they are having a good season. And the first hitter for Washington will be number 1, appropriately. And while I don't have a lineup, it looks like that young man's name is Hageman. As Crenshaw takes a few more warm-up pitches. It's always difficult when you are not provided with a roster. And yes, number 1, Hageman, steps up to the plate. He is a left-handed hitter. And let's see what he can do here in the first. The wind blowing in toward home plate strongly today. Windy day yesterday as well. I think those of us that were here for the 4 games yesterday are still coughing up dust. And here's the pitch from Crenshaw, and it is in for a called strike. Nice way to start things off for Ellsbury. And Hageman swings at the next one and misses everything. It's 0-2. That one just missed the outside corner for a ball. It's 1-2. Swung on and launched into right center field. Ellsbury's center fielder has it for out number 1. That's going to send up number 6, Kleekamp, a right-handed hitter. And here's the pitch from Crenshaw, and it is in for another called strike. That one is swung on and fouled back. It's quickly 0-2. Nearly in the dirt. It is swung on. It gets over the glove of the pitcher. The third baseman has it on the run, and the play is at first. That will send up number 9. I am unable to see a name on the jersey as of yet. Tupker. And here's the next one, and that is fouled off. It's 1-1 to that young man. Here's the next one. It misses everything on the outside. Ball 2. Swung on and hit hard on the ground, right to the glove of the third baseman. The throw at first has him 3 up, 3 down for Washington here in their half of the first. No score as we head to the bottom.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right, fans, back now and awaiting the at-bat of number 9, Jacob Stoley, who is in center field for Ellsbury this afternoon. If you're just tuning in, it is the bottom of the first. There is no score, and Ellsbury's AAA team is squaring off against Washington. There's the throw down to second. We are done with warm-ups. All right, we are back in business as Stoley steps up. Here's the pitch on its way, and it is low for ball 1. Stoley lets the next one go by, and it misses the outside corner, 2-0. Swung on and fouled back out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike to Stoley. He will be followed by number 11, Blake Kendall, Ellsbury's shortstop, and number 2, Cole Dickherber, Ellsbury's catcher. Here's the next one. That one caught the outside corner to even the count, 2-2. That one dropped in just a little too late. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stoley has a full count, and here is the pitch that should change all of that. And it is lined fair down along the first base side. Are they going to call him back? They are unbelievably going to, maybe not. No, they are going to send him back. There was a little bit of confusion over that. I would have bet money it was a fair ball. As it is, he stays alive, and he'll do it one more time at least. I thought he had a double out of that one. Here's the pitch, and it misses for ball 4, so Stoley will at least take first base. Kendall steps in now, another right-handed hitter. Nobody out and 1 runner aboard for Ellsbury. It's early, still in the first inning. And here's the pitch, and it is in for a called strike. Stoley with a nice lead off of first. There's the throw, and he's back in plenty of time. I thought it was up and in. They're saying it just caught the inside corner, 0-2. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stoley with another lead off of first. Here's the pitch, and Kendall hits it on the ground to third. The throw to second is in time. Will they turn the double play? No. Kendall is safe at first. Up steps Cole Dickherber, who's behind the plate for Ellsbury this afternoon, and the pitch. He swings at the first one and fouls it back for a strike. There's 1 away for Ellsbury here in their half of the first. There's a throw over to first, and Kendall is back in time. Ellsbury has lost their lead runner. Had that play at second gone a little bit differently, Stoley would have been in scoring position. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Dickherber has 2 strikes on him now. That one is fouled off. He'll stay alive. That one misses the outside corner. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss. That was a mile in the air, and Dickherber just couldn't lay off of it. So he goes down swinging for out number 2. Brings up Chase Bauer. Bauer, the DH for Ellsbury this afternoon. And there's a throw over to first. Kendall back in time again. Oh, that one caught the outside corner for a strike. Caught the outside again. That one's up for a ball. The throw to second gets into the outfield. They're going to hold Kendall. So it's a 1-2 count on Bauer. Washington still just 1 pitch away from dousing the threat. That one nearly hit him. It's in for a ball. The count's now even at 2 apiece as the wind picks up again. That's why I have the volume up as loud as I can get it today, fans. I hope that's not distracting to you at home, and I hope that the wind hasn't overruled the sound of my voice regardless, as that one is in for a called strike 3 to Bauer, and we head to the top of the second, still no score.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and the new hitter for Washington looks to be number 10. Bear with me and I will get you a name off the jersey just as soon as he steps up. Bax is the hitter. Wearing number 10. And he is a lefty. Here's the pitch on its way from Crenshaw. Swing and a miss. Strike one. That one drops in for a ball. It's 1-1 now. Swung on and fouled back. It bounces off the webbing in front of our camera. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and fouled back again in pretty much the same spot. He'll stay alive. Swing and a miss. Bax goes down swinging for out number 1. And that will send up number 16. And he takes a called strike. Pepsel appears to be the name. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Crenshaw delivers, swing and a miss. Pupsel goes down swinging. Quickly 2 away here in Washington's half of the second. And that brings up number 15, Hunter. A left-handed hitter. Here's the delivery from Crenshaw. Check swing, and it's in for a strike anyway. Here's the next one, swung on and fouled back, 0-2. Here's the pitch on its way, and it is, in just a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hunter. And here's the pitch. That one is hit hard on the ground to second. Fielder has it, and the throw to first nearly pulls him off, but he hangs on for out number 3. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. Still no score.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, fans, we are back after watching Joe Martin chop to second in what should have been an easy play over at first, but it was dropped. That will send up number 16, Robert Rogeman, who is in right field. And here's the pitch. And he takes ball 1 inside. Here's the pitch, and he shows bunt. He pulls it back to take a strike. It's 1-1. There's the throw over to first, and Martin beats it back. Time called by the home plate umpire. Swung on and fouled back my way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm hearing now that number 16, that name is pronounced Rogeman. So that's how we'll go. And here's the pitch. It catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. Rogeman goes down looking. That will send up number 14, John Almas. Here's the pitch, and Almas fouls one back for a quick strike. Here's the next offering to Almas, and it is well outside to make the count 1-1. The pitch on its way, broke just in time to drop in for strike 2. Almas swings and lines one to short. He may have hit into a double play, and he did. That is going to do it for Ellsbury in their half of the second. We stay scoreless, and we'll be right back.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, fans, back now for the top of the third. As the wind continues to pick up, we are scoreless, and the first hitter for Washington will be number 5, Gratza. Crenshaw still on the mound for Ellsbury. This one a third of the way over, unless they're only planning to play 7. And there's the throw down to second. We're back in business. As Gratza steps up to the plate, he's a right-handed hitter. We've had a few lefties here today. Crenshaw looks in, has his sign. Here's the pitch. And it is way inside for a ball. That one drops in as well. It's 2-0. Up and in, 3-0. Crenshaw flirting with walking the leadoff hitter. Here's the pitch, and it catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 3-1. That one's fouled back to fill the count. I don't know why I duck every time it comes back this way. I know it can't hit me or the camera. Time called as the wind increases to gale strength, I think, and blows a cloud full of dust into the umpires' faces as well as ours here in the stands. Here's the pitch, swung on and popped up into shallow right field. Second baseman's playing deep enough to have that one, and down goes Gratza. I may have said shallow left field. That, of course, was right field. And that will bring up number 22, who takes a strike right down the middle. Ruther is the name I'm seeing on the jersey. And he watches ball 1 go by. It's 1-1. Swung on and fouled off. Hopefully nowhere near my car for strike number 2. 1-2. That one hits the dirt to even the count at 2 apiece. Up and out. Fills the count. Swung on, and that one's fouled back. He'll stay alive. Swung on and fouled off again. He has extended this at-bat by at least 2 pitches. Swung on and lifted foul, but possibly playable. No, it drops back behind Ellsbury's dugout. Here's the pitch on its way. Swung on and fouled back again. All right, Ruther steps back in. The count's still full. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that one's fouled off as well. That one is well out of play. Pitch from Crenshaw on the way, swing and a miss. Ruther goes down swinging. And that will send up number 2. Looks like Jickerson on the jersey, bear with me. And he watches strike 1 go right on by. Jinkerson. A right-handed hitter. Here's the delivery. And it is way out there to even the count at 1 apiece. Still scoreless here in the 3rd. Swung on and hit right past the pitcher's head. It's going to bounce into shallow center field for a 2-out single. It's going to start things all over again with number 1, Hageman, who flew out to center back in the 1st. Swung on and launched into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to hold the runners at 1st and 2nd. All right, that'll send up number 6, Kleekamp, who grounded to 3rd, or at least to the 3rd baseman, who was playing way in back in the 1st inning. Crenshaw delivers, and it is in for a called strike. In the dirt, 1-1 to Kleekamp. Swung on and hit hard on the ground. The third baseman has it and tags the runner on his way over from second to end Washington's half of the third. We stay scoreless and we'll be back.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We have returned, and the first hitter for Ellsbury in the bottom of the third will be number 15, Tyler Turnbull. We've gone nearly 3 full innings with no score, and actually very few hits when you get right down to it. Turnbull's a right-handed hitter, and maybe he can change things. This is his first at-bat of the game, and here's the pitch. Check swing, it's in for a strike anyway. Here's the next one. Swung on and hit into fair territory, right to the first baseman, who steps on the bag and makes the easy play. That'll send up number 99, Hunter Klein. Klein's in third base for Ellsbury today. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back. A quick first strike to Klein. Klein swings and lines one right to the glove of the pitcher. 2 up, 2 down. All right, that sends up number 9, Jacob Stoley. Here's the next pitch, and it crosses the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Stoley. And that one is way out there, 2-1. Nearly in the dirt. And Stoley has back-to-back walks, 1 in the first inning and now 1 here in the third. So with 2 away and 1 runner aboard, up steps number 11, Blake Kendall, who singled to third back in the first. Here's the pitch, and he takes a called strike. That one is way inside. It's 1-1. Another throw over to first, and Stoley back in plenty of time again. Kendall fouls that one off. 1-2. Low and away, 2-2 now to Kendall. Here's the pitch. Catches the inside corner for a strike. The runner goes. And they got him out at second. That's going to end things for Ellsbury here in the third. As we head to the top of the fourth, we are still scoreless.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the fourth inning, fans. This once again is Adam Presswood coming to you live from Ellsbury's Legion Ball Field. It is not quite 3:45. This game between Washington and Ellsbury, their AAA teams, got started right about on time. We are still scoreless here in the top of the fourth. And the first hitter for Washington should be number 9, Tupker. And if that is correct, he will have grounded out to third in the first, and this will only be his second at bat. There's the throw down to second, and Tupker steps in. All right, Crenshaw has the one he wants. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit way over the head of the third baseman and into left field for a leadoff single. That sends up Bax wearing number 10. He struck out swinging back in the second. Here's the pitch from Crenshaw. In for a ball, the runner goes. The play at second, not in time. That one catches the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Bax. Winfield with a chance to put a run on the board. Not that we want him to, and the pitch is high for a ball. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 2 apiece. Swung on and fouled back. He'll stay alive. That one is up and doesn't break in time to avoid being ball 3, and the count is now full to backs. Here's the pitch, and it is in for ball 4. That will bring up Pepsel, who struck out swinging back in the second as well. Nobody out and a runner at first. Actually, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch, and it gets back to the wall. The runners are going to hold still. Actually, they're saying he got a piece of that one before it got back to the wall, so it is strike 1. Pepsel shows bunt and follows through. The pitch is a strike. A close play at second as the runner gets back in time. Barely. Crenshaw delivers. The bunt is good. It's laid down right back to Crenshaw's glove. The play will be at first, where the runner is out, but the runners do advance to second and third. That sends up number 15, Hunter, who grounded to second. And here's the pitch, swung on and hit hard on the ground to second. The play will be at home, where he is out, but the catcher did drop the ball. And they're going to hold the other runners, so nobody scores. And Washington now with runners at first and third. That sends up number 5, Grazza, who popped to right back in the third. Actually, they have gone ahead and credited Washington with that run. I thought the home plate umpire called that out. Here's the pitch to Grazza, and it is in for ball 1. Crenshaw delivers, and that one is launched out into left field. It is caught on the run. Do they have a play at first? Easily. Oh, they opt for the play at home, and the runner is safe as he just slides by. Does it even matter with that being the third out? It is still 1-0. So a potentially controversial and argumentative moment is avoided by the simple fact that that was the third out in left field. The score stays 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth, and we'll be right back.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
We're back, fans, for the bottom of the fourth. Ellsbury trailing now 1-0. And the first hitter for Ellsbury should be number 2, Cole Dickherber, who struck out swinging back in the first. All right, here's the offering to Dickherber, and he watches strike one come on in. That one is swung on and fouled off down along the third base side. It's quickly 0-2. Way outside on that one. It's 1-2 to Dickherber, who is catching for Ellsbury this afternoon. His team trails 1-0 in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off again down along the third base side. He'll stay alive. Swing and a miss. Dickherber goes down swinging for the second time in a row here this afternoon. And that will bring up number 35, Chase Bauer. Bauer has only had one other at bat back in the first, during which he struck out looking. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back, 0-1. That one catches the inside corner. A beautiful pitch to make it 0-2. Up just a little bit, 1-2, the count now to Bauer. Caught the inside corner and got him looking. So Bauer strikes out looking for the second straight time, where Dickherber had struck out swinging for the second straight time. So with 2 outs, up steps number 10, Joe Martin. He hit a grounder to second that should have been an easy play at first, but the ball was dropped back in the second, and he was able to reach. Ellsbury was unable to make that, or to bring that run around, rather. And the count now 1-1 to Martin. That one was a little high, swung on anyway and fouled back for strike 2. Almost in the dirt. It's 2-2 to Martin. And that one is hit hard on the ground to the glove of the shortstop. The throw to first. Let's see if they get him this time, and they do. 3 up, 3 down for Ellsbury as we head to the top of the 5th. They trail Washington 1-0.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, and the first hitter for Washington here in the 5th should be number 22, Ruther, who struck out swinging back in the 3rd. All right, I'm not sure why we're having such exhaustive warm-ups. It is the same pitcher. That is Crenshaw still on the mound. All right, there's the last warm-up. And up steps Ruther, a left-handed hitter. His team now ahead by 1. And here's the pitch, and he watches ball 1 come right past him. Here's the next one from Crenshaw. It's way outside. 2-0 now the count. That one broke a little bit too late. It's 3-0. Crenshaw delivers. That one finds purchase. All right, Ruther steps back in with a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count's now full. Oh, and that one hits him, and hits him hard. He went down on that one, but he bounces right back up to take his base. And that is going to send up number 2, Jinkerson, who singled to shallow center back in the 3rd. Ruther takes a lead off of first. Crenshaw's going to try and pick him off. Not in time, and it pulls Martin off the bag. That one is way up there for ball 1 to Jinkerson. That one misses the outside corner, 2-0. That one misses as well. Nobody out here for Washington in their half of the fifth. They've got a runner on first that was hit by a pitch, and it's 3-0 to Jinkerson. Here's the next one, and it is right down the middle, 3-1. Jinkerson bunts, and bunts foul down along the third base side to fill up his count. Oh, Crenshaw throws over to first, not in time. It was close. Another throw to first. Way, way closer than you would think. Swung on, and that one's out in center field. Will it get down? No, the fielder has it on the run for out number one. All right, that's going to start things over for Washington with number one, Hageman, who singled to right back in the third and flew out to center back in the first. Here's the pitch from Kleekamp. The runner goes. That one is chopped to second. And he hits right into a double play that is going to end Washington's fifth inning. As we go to the bottom, it is 1-0 in their favor.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, fans, we are back as Robert Roggeman beats out a throw to first after hitting a ground ball to short. And that is going to bring up number 14, John Almas, who grounded to short back in the second. Another throw over to first, and Roggeman beats it back. Time called by the home plate umpire. Here's the pitch. Almost shows bunt, and he takes a strike. The runner holds. Almost swings and fouls that one off. 0-2. Roggeman slides back into first safely again. That's the third throw over there. Here's the pitch to Almas, swung on and fouled off again. Swung on and chopped over the glove of the pitcher. The easy play would have been at second, but it is boobled, so Ellsbury has runners at first and second with nobody out. That will send up number 15, Tyler Turnbull, who grounded to first back in the third. This is only his second at bat. He's got a lot to work with all of a sudden. As another potential play at second gets thrown away, and Turnbull coasts safely into third. Runners now at the corners for Ellsbury. All right, and that pitch to Turnbull was up for a ball. And Tyler tries to get out of the way of that one. It does hit him in the back to load the bases. And that will send up number 99, Hunter Klein, who lined to the pitcher back in the third. In his only other at bat, time called by Washington. Let's see if we have a pitching change or if they leave him up there. This has been the first real trouble that Washington's hurler has been in. I would be surprised if they don't try to let him pitch out of it. All right, no pitching change, and Klein steps back up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Breaking ball, and that one broke at just the right time. It's 0-2. Up and out, 1-2 the count now to Klein. That one up as well. The count's now even at 2 apiece. My goodness, this wind is something else. And that would miss the inside corner to fill the count. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Klein goes down swinging for out number 1. That will send Jacob Stoley back up, who has back-to-back walks, and he takes a strike here in the 5th. Here's the next one. Swung on and lifted fair into right field, where that one is caught by, I believe, the second baseman. Playing deep enough to make that catch. The throw home is not in time, and the score is tied at 1 apiece. So Stoley pops to right, and that brings up number 11, Blake Kendall, who struck out back in the 3rd and singled to 3rd back in the 1st. And the first pitch to Kendall crosses the outside corner for a strike. Swung on and fouled back off the webbing in front of me. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Kendall goes down swinging to end things for Ellsbury in the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th with the score now tied at 1 apiece.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station. Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, fans, we have returned. It is the top of the 6th. The score is tied at 1 apiece. It's Washington's at bat, and they will send up Kleekamp, who hit into, well, he hit to 3rd, back in the 3rd, and there was a play at 3rd to end that inning. He also grounded to 3rd, back in the 1st. So Kleekamp has not reached base for Washington here tonight, and Ellsbury's looking to keep it that way. All right, Kleekamp steps up. Here's the pitch on its way from Crenshaw, and it is in for a ball. Here's the pitch, and it is in for a called strike, 1-1. That one is up over his head, 2-1. Swung on and hit hard past the pitcher and into center field for a base hit. That brings up number 9, Tupker. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He singled to left back in the 4th and grounded to 3rd back in the 1st. Crenshaw delivers after time called. That pitch will not count. That one, ooh, I thought it was inside. They're saying it caught the corner. 0-1 to the hitter. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second doesn't happen because it leaves the catcher's hand prematurely. It's 0-2 to Tupker. Tupker has singled to left and grounded to 3rd, respectively. The pitch. Swung on and fouled back my way. He'll stay alive. That one hits him in the shoulder, and he'll trot on down to 1st. So Washington now with runners at 1st and 2nd. Now Ellsbury wants a little conference on the mound. I'd be surprised if they took out Crenshaw too. As Bax prepares to hit for Washington, he has walked in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd. All right, he's going to stay right where he is, just like I thought. All right, and we are back in business as Mr. Bax steps back in. He's a left-handed hitter. Nobody out. Washington runners at 1st and 2nd. He shows bunt and follows through. It is laid down along the 3rd base side, but rolls foul, strike 1. He shows bunt again. This one's placed much better. It rolls fair right up to the glove of the pitcher. The throw is to 1st, but it does its job, and it advances the runners to 2nd and 3rd. That will send up number 16, Pepsel. who was thrown out at first on a bunt attempt back in the fourth and struck out swinging in the second. And the first pitch is in for a ball. Here's the next one on its way, and that one misses the other way. 2-0. That one is up way too high. One more pitch will load the bases for Washington. Ellsbury wants to avoid that at all costs. Low and away, and it is going to load the bases. He walked him on 4 straight. And that is going to send up number 15, Hunter. Time called. We might have a pitching change this time. I'm not sure. I'll stick with you. Once again, the score is 1-1 here in Washington's half of the 6th. And they are going to send Crenshaw to the dugout. He did a great job. But apparently Coach Howard thinks that somebody else is a better candidate for closing this one out and for getting out of this inning without any more bleeding. So up steps number 14, Jonathan Almas. They bring him in from left field, I believe. And while he warms up, we'll take a break and be right back.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, fans, we are back, awaiting the at-bat of Hunter, number 15 for Washington. Washington has one away, and the base is loaded here in their half of the 6th. The score is tied at 1 apiece, and Jonathan Almas has just been brought in from left field for Ellsbury to replace Crenshaw on the mound, who pitched 6 great innings. And Almas delivers, and the first one is in for a strike. That one is launched out into right center field. It's caught on the run. 1 run will score. And Washington now with runners at the corners. It's 2-1 in their favor. So a sacrifice fly to right center for Hunter. Brings up number 5, Grazza, who flew out to left back in the 4th and popped to right back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Up just a little bit, ball 1. Almas delivers. Swung on and hit hard. It gets past the glove of the shortstop. It's going to get into left field. 1 run will score, and they'll hold the other runners. It's 3-1 now in Washington's favor. Up steps number 22, Ruther, who was hit by a pitch back in the 5th and struck out swinging in the 3rd. Runners at first and second now for Washington. Here's the pitch, and it is in for ball 1. Up and out, 2-0. Swung on and fouled back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ruther steps back in. His team now leads 3-1 in their half of the 6th. Popped up. It should have been a play for the shortstop. The third baseman comes over and waves everybody else off. That is going to end things for Washington here in the 6th, but not before they do a little bit of damage. It's 3-1 in their favor, and we'll be right back.
At Ellsbury Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Back now for the 3rd at-bat of Cole Dickherber. He has struck out swinging in the 1st and 4th innings, and he takes a ball here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Pardon me. That one is swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Dickherber. That one is low and inside, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Dickherber goes all the way around and strikes out swinging for the 3rd straight time. That is going to send up Chase Bauer. His 3rd at bat as well. He has struck out looking back-to-back, once in the 1st inning, once in the 4th. And he takes a strike here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Swung on and fouled back. He'll stay alive. Bauer will be followed by Martin, who grounded to short back in the fourth and reached back in the second when the ball was dropped at first. Here's the pitch. And that one is up and out, ball one. Swung on and launched into fair territory. Way out into right field. It gets all the way to the wall, and they are going to wave him to second. Bauer has an easy double. Now Mr. Martin has something to work with one away and a runner on in scoring position. Swung on and lifted into center field. That one is caught on the run by Washington's center fielder. And that is going to keep Bauer at second. Up steps number 16, Robert Ragaman, who singled to short back in the fifth and struck out looking back in the second. Here's the pitch. Way out there for ball one. Ragaman steps back in. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, 1-1. Way outside, 2 balls, 1 strike now to Ragaman. Outside again, 3-1. That one finds its mark to fill up the count. Here's the pitch, and he takes strike 3 called to end things for Ellsbury here in their half of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. The score still 3-1. We'll be right back.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back again, fans, for the top of the 7th. The score 3-1 in Washington's favor. And their first hitter will be number 2, Jinkerson, who flew out to center back in the 5th and singled to shallow center back in the 3rd. He will be followed, unless things have changed, by the top of the order, Hageman and Kleekamp. All right, Jinkerson steps in. His team with a 3-1 lead here in the 7th. And here's the pitch from Almas. That one is in for a called strike. That one drops in for a strike as well. Swung on and hit hard on the ground past the third baseman. It gets into left field. Up steps Hageman. He hit into a double play at second back in the 5th, singled to right in the 3rd, and flew out to center back in the 1st. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt and follows through. It's fouled off down along the third base side for a strike. Almas delivers, and the bunt is pulled back for a ball, 1-1. That bunt's pulled back as well for a ball, 2-1. Dick Herbert thought about a throw down to first and wisely decided to hang on. That bunt follows through. It's fouled off again down along the third base side, 2-2. That one's pulled back as well. The count's now full. Almas delivers, and that one is fouled off. He'll get another life. Almas delivers, and that one is in for ball 4. So just like that, Washington has runners at first and second here in the 7th. And that sets things up for Kleekamp, who singled to center back in the 6th. That one is in for a strike, no throw anywhere. The runners will hold. There's a good bunt laid down to the pitcher. The play will be at third. And they've got him. So Washington loses their lead runner. Runners now at first and second. And the first pitch to Tupker drops for ball 1. Tucker was hit by a pitch back in the 6th, singled to left back in the 4th, and grounded out to 3rd back in the 1st. Time called. Swung on and lifted into right field. Will it get down? No, it is caught in fair territory. Do they have a play at 3rd? No, it goes into the dugout. 1 run is going to score as a result of that. But they do have the runner on his way from 2nd. The run will count because it crossed before the play, so it's 4-1 in favor of Washington as we head to the bottom of the 7th, and we'll be right back.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Ellsbury Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
All right, fans, we are back for the bottom of the 7th, and we've had a pitching change for Washington. On the mound for them now is number 7. A left-handed hurler. Number 7 is... He must have been on the sub list that I was not provided with. He's not one of their original cast members here tonight. So they're bringing in the lefty to close things out as Ellsbury trails 4-1 here in the 7th. All right, there's the throw down to 2nd. Warm-ups are over. Here's the first pitch to Almas, and he grounds it right to the pitcher. The play is at first for out number 1. That's going to send up number 15, Tyler Turnbull, who was hit by a pitch back in the 5th and grounded to first back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and it misses the outside corner for ball 1. Turnbull swings at the next one and grounds it to short. The easy play at first for out number 2. That will send up number 99, Hunter Klein, who struck out swinging back in the 5th and lined out to the pitcher back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch, and he takes ball 1 high here in the 7th. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Swung on and hit hard. A chopper that the second baseman can't quite handle. It bounces out into shallow center, and Klein is aboard. All right, time called, and we're going to have a little conference on the mound for Washington here already as number 9, Jacob Stoley, comes back up for Ellsbury. There are 2 away for Ellsbury here in their half of the 7th. They trail 4-1. Stoley popped to right back in the 5th, walked in the 3rd, and walked in the 1st. Here's the pitch, and it is low for a ball. That one is swung on and lifted into center field. That is caught on the run by Washington. I still don't know if this is a 7 or a 9 inning game. We'll wait and see, but the 7th is over.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Ellsbury Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right, fans, this is a 9-inning game, and we are set for the top of the 8th. The score 4-1 in favor of Washington. Bear with me 1 second while I find out who their first hitter is. Number 16 is on deck. So our hitter should be number 10, Bax, who was thrown out at first on a bunt attempt back in the 6th. Walked back in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd. All right, there's the throw down to second. And I just realized we've had another pitching change for Ellsbury. Almas is off the mound, and Martin has taken the mound. Almas has come over to cover first. All right, Martin's first pitch is on its way, and it hits the outside corner for strike 1. Check swing, but it's in for a strike anyway. 0-2. Martin delivers, swing and a miss. Bax goes down swinging. That will send up Pepsel, who walked back in the 6th, was thrown out at first on a bunt attempt in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd. Here's the pitch for Martin. Drops in for a strike. Swung on and lifted high and hard into left center field. That one is going to be caught, and caught easily for out number 2. So Pepsel flies out to left center. And that brings up number 15, Hunter, who had a sacrifice fly to right center back in the 6th, a single to second on a fielder's choice back in the 4th, and grounded to second in the 2nd. And he takes a ball up and out here in the 8th. Swung on, and that one is hit high and hard the other way. If it drops, it'll drop in foul territory out in right field for a long strike one. The count now 1-1 to Hunter. That one took a while to come down. Checked swing, and the 3rd pitch is in for a ball. It's 2-1 to Hunter. Here's the pitch, another check swing. Makes it 3-1. Time called over at home plate. Just to check the count, which is 3-1. Third check swing in a row fills the count. And that one drops in for a strike. Got Hunter looking for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, the score does not change. It is still 4-1 in Washington's favor. We'll be back.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right, welcome back, fans. And the first hitter for Ellsbury, or at least the first hitter that they should send up in the 8th, is Blake Kendall, number 11. He struck out swinging back in the 5th, struck out again in the 3rd, and singled to 3rd in the 1st. Here's the pitch to Kendall, and he fouls it off for a strike. That one is fouled back as well, 0-2. Nearly in the dirt. 1-2 now the count to Kendall. That one is fouled back off the wall in front of me. With 2 strikes on him already, he'll stay alive. Kendall launches that one into right field. It is caught on the run for out number 1. That is going to send up number 2, Cole Dickherber. He has struck out swinging in each of his previous at-bats, once in the 1st, once in the 4th, and once in the 6th. And he takes ball 1 here in the 8th. Swung on, and that will get into the outfield barely, just enough to drop out in right center for a one-out base hit. All right, up steps number 35, Chase Bauer, who doubled to right back in the 6th. Struck out looking in the 4th and struck out looking in the 1st. Here's the pitch, and it is in for a called strike here in the 8th. That one falls in for a ball. It's 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and hit hard on the ground. Oh, a nice play by the second baseman. And the double play no good, though. The out is at second, and the runner at safe is first. The runner at first is safe. All right, Joe Martin fouls the first one off. He flew out to center back in the 6th, grounded to short back in the 4th, and reached back in the 2nd when the ball was dropped. That one's on the ground to second. The play is at second to end things for Ellsbury here in the 8th. The score stays 4-1, and we'll be back.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we're back. The score's still 4-1. Here in the top of the 9th. The first hitter for Washington will be Grazza, number 5, who singled to left back in the 6th, flew out to left in the 4th, and popped to right in the 3rd. All right, we are back in business. Martin's still on the mound for Ellsbury. He came in after Almas, who came in to relieve Crenshaw, I believe. So 3 pitching changes, or 3 pitchers anyway, for Ellsbury in this one, as Grazza takes ball 1 high and tight. That one catches the opposite corner. It's 1-1. Here's the next one from Martin. Swung on and chopped to the glove of the third baseman. Should be an easy play at first. And it is for out number 1. That will send up number 22, Ruther, who popped to third back in the 6th, was hit by a pitch in the 5th, and struck out swinging in the 3rd. Martin delivers, and it is in for ball 1. Martin watches ball 1 float in. It's 2-0. That one is way inside to make it 3-0. Up and out, walked him on 4 pitches. So a 1-out walk to Washington. They're already leading 4-1 here in their half of the 9th. That should bring up number 2, Jinkerson, who singled to left back in the 7th, flew out to center in the 5th, and singled to shallow center in the 3rd. He's had a pretty good night. The pitch from Martin is in the dirt. The runner holds. Another throw over to first, not in time. Up and in, or so I thought, but they're calling it a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Jinkerson shows bunt and pulls it back for ball 2. Martin went over to first again. And Ruther is safe for the 2nd time, possibly the 3rd. I've lost track of how many times Martin has gone to first. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for a ball. There's the throw to second, not in time. So 3-1, the count now to Jinkerson. I thought that was way outside. They're saying it hit the corner. The count's now full. On the ground underneath the glove of the pitcher, the second baseman has it, or does he? There's a throw over to first, and it is in time. All right, so Washington now with 2 away and a runner at third. Up steps number 1, Hageman, who walked back in the 7th. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. That one lands in for a called strike 2. Martin one pitch away from sending Ellsbury back up to the plate. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him swinging, and we head to the bottom of the ninth. The score still 4-1 in Washington's favor. We'll be back.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, fans, we are back for the bottom of the ninth, and there's been a little bit of a change. Ellsbury sends up number 8, Damian Cagle, who was on their sub list. He is in for Ragaman, and here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. That one misses on the inside. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes quickly to Cagle. Swung on, and that one is popped up in foul territory. It is potentially playable, and no, it hits the roof. And Cagle will stay alive. Cagle takes a ball to even the count at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss. Cagle goes down swinging. And Ellsbury down to its last 2 outs. That will bring up number 14, Jonathan Almas, who grounded to the pitcher back in the 7th. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and grounded to short back in the 2nd. He takes a called strike here in the 9th. Swung on and fouled off down along the first base side, 0-2. That one's fouled back as well. Almas will stay alive. Up and out, 1-2. That one's up as well. The count's even at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss. Almas goes down swinging, and Ellsbury has just one hitter remaining if they're going to do something here in the 9th, and that is number 15, Tyler Turnbull, who grounded to short back in the 7th. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th and grounded out to first back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Checked swing, but it's a called strike anyway. Turnbull swings and lifts one high into left field on the run. That one is caught to end things. The final here, 4-1 in favor of Washington. Join us again Tuesday night at 6 and at 8 for more Legion baseball action from Ellsbury's Legion Field. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching.